Our tidbit sponsored by Hawkesbury Brewing. Let's have them.
Yeah, so the first one for us was a little bloke called Roger Clemens, just won a few games. He lost a start against Cleveland on May 29, 1998. He didn't lose another start again until June 6, 1999. So those that know baseball, to go pretty much a calendar year without losing a start, that's a fair effort. So look at old Rocket. I think it was his last season in Toronto and his first season with the Yankees in '99. So I think in '99 he went like 20-2 or something. So that's why he got such a good start, and he pitched so well in Toronto for 2 Cy Youngs. So it's a hell of an effort.
It is.
That's unreal.
And how good is that jersey too? I actually like the look of that jersey.
Yeah, I've got a jersey similar to that. It's their throwback for not sure what else for a special day, but yeah, the dark blue of the Red Riding.
Canada Day or something like that?
Canada Day, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, nice. He's a legend. I'm glad he didn't stay at Toronto all the years though.
No, he went round. So the second one is another big star from the 90s, Big Mac. So in 2001, I think it is, he had 29 home runs and 21 singles for the season. So it's quite the odd stat to have more home runs than singles hit in a season. So again, I don't think I've ever seen that happen. So, but that's Big Mac for you.
And he doesn't look huge here, like the big Mac, but he's pretty big.
He was then in the start of his cycle here.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. Mate. What else you got for us, Dave? A bit of cricket by the looks of this.
Last one, it hurts to read. The most wickets by a bowling pair in tests. It had been McGrath and Warne for a long time on 1001. But those pesky Poms, Anderson and Broad, have overtaken them. They're now up to 1,009 wickets combined in tests. So it says a lot about the longevity of those two and how well they've bowled, not only over in England, but around the world as well. So congrats to them. But yeah, most wickets by a pair is now Anderson and Broad.
Brutal.
Yeah, you think about it too. Like they've missed a lot of games too through injury.
Yeah,
I think the last Ashes in Australia, I don't think Broad played, did he?
No,
and Anderson only played a couple of tests.
And didn't take many wickets either.
No, they could have a lot more than that very easily, I think.
The funny stat I read when looking through the top 5 there, at number 3 is Murali and Shavinder Vas at 895. When you consider Murali had nearly 800 wickets himself, it's a nice. Shavinder Vas is riding his coattail pretty well.
I didn't mind watching a bit of Shavinder Vas, so I thought he was a pretty good bowler to watch. But you're right, 800 and something wickets. What about the next ones down, Ambrose and Walsh? That was probably some of the better viewing of my childhood, those two bowling. They were quality bowlers.
Oh, they formed part of the 80s and 90s West Indies that they just followed on from Holding and Marshall and Garner, Andy Roberts. So they were the last of them, actually. Like they were the last of the fast bowlers that sort of the West Indies rolled out, but they were a deadly duo.
They sure were.
It probably also says something too about how much more Test cricket gets played now too. When you look at some of those lists, or some of the names on those lists, like Ambrose and Walsh, they would have been, in that turn of when they started to play a lot more Test cricket, I guess.
Yeah.
But Anderson and Broad, they're right in the middle of that, where Test cricket's just getting played. You just finish a Test series and you move on to another country and start another series. It's far gone from the your 6-month tour where you just travel to England or whatever and play your 5 tests and then come back.
Yeah, true points. All right, Randall, what do you got for us?
Oh, my good mate, Chris Davis, still getting paid by the Orioles even though he's retired on a good contract. Not as good as Bobby B, but anyway, Chris Davis once struck out 4 times looking in one game. I reckon he struck out 4 times in a game more than that, but looking only, rung up 4 times in a game. In 1992, Tony Gwynn had 571 plate appearances and struck out looking a total of 3 times all season. Again, it's another Tony Gwynn. We can't get enough of him, can we, on here?
No.
It doesn't
We
matter
can't.
where you look. There's some unbelievable stat again getting thrown around.
There's 2 or 3 blokes that get a mention nearly every week here. Nolan Ryan, Tony Gwynn.
Yeah. The stats just keep coming.
They do.
The tidbits keep coming for those guys. The gift that keeps on giving.
It's like benchmarks, isn't it? They're the benchmark, and we just refer to them.
Yeah.
It's a fair call for Chris Davis, though, to be struck out looking 4 times in the one game.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a fair stat.
He did have the pretty lean couple of seasons. Once he signed that big contract, it really went to the doggy house for him, didn't it?
Did.
It's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You know how he used to try and do that? With our stats and tidbits, it's either Nolan Ryan or Tony Gwynn. So it's like the 6 degrees of Tony Gwynn. Everything still revolves around him.
Yep. 100%.
I reckon one of the guys that comes in third is the bloke that Randall's about to mention here.
I think
True.
so too.
He's been in a few.
Yeah, pretty good stat here as well that we've come up and found. Tom Brady's recently retired, as we all know. He has 7 Super Bowls, so 7 Super Bowl rings. That's more than any other franchise in the NFL. I had to read it twice because it's just such a ludicrous stat. He has won 7 Super Bowls. No other franchise has won 7. What's the next best? 6, I'd assume, with the Patriots.
Yeah,
which he was involved in all 6.
And that's what we're saying. It's sort of like the Patriots must have won 6 then, because he was there for all of them except one.
Yeah, and that was the Bucks. So,
unreal.
I find that really difficult to comprehend that in all of the years of the Super Bowl that no franchise has won more than 7 times, or has even won 7 times.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see how many Gronk's got then, because Gronk was with Brady for quite a while. I don't know if he was there all the years at
5, I think, mate. I think it's 5.
So that's still a pretty good effort. That's still a pretty good effort by him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell.
But yeah, Brady's next level.
Oh.
Yeah. Righto, let's set a challenge for next week. No Tony Gwynn, no Brady, or none of this guy. No Nolan Ryan either.
Challenge has been set.
I'm gonna have to unsubscribe from so many different pages.
We're going to be screwed. I've got at least 4 or 5 still to come for next week.
I've got some cricket stockpiled, so I should be okay.
How about this legend, though? On his last major league pitch, Ryan threw, he tore his UCL. He threw one more practice pitch after the trainer came out to see if he could continue, but couldn't and left the game. The pitch came in at 90 miles per hour with a torn UCL.
98.
Yes.
98.
98. So
just rolling it over.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he
46 or something. What was he? Mid-40s or something?
Mid-40s.
Yeah. I don't know exactly, Dave. It was either 45 or 46. But what a legend. And the last one I got for you is Greg Maddux is back on the field serving as a special assistant to the Texas Rangers. Now, Dave, you brought up a quality meme there. How did it go, Davo?
That it was a photo of Maddox and Jacob de Grom standing beside each other, and they said that Maddox will spend more time on the field this year than what de Grom will. I thought, well, that's a fair call.
It is a fair call.
He missed his first spring training start due to a bit of cold weather or something, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, here we go.
Yeah, there was a fair bit of that actually. But let's close out the Hawkesbury Brewing section here, fellas. Thanks again to Hawkesbury Brewing supporting the tidbits. Randall's loving it up there. Look at him go.